say in every one of my videos now, I am so thankful for you watching this video. If you just watch a video, like a video, obviously super comment is the above and beyond everything, but thank you so much for that. And yes, also the legendary celebrity himself, Flamboyant Pickle. I always have to think about your name again because I think about you and I think about your real name, but Flamboyant Pickle, thank you so much. I still can't put into words how much you have just impacted my channel and just even bringing good vibes to the channel. That's what I mostly love and appreciate about what you're doing. You're just sharing just positivity, and it just makes, I'm sure, everyone else happy, you happy, me happy. Even if you would just comment down below, I would still thank you a lot for it, because again, just what you're sharing is just awesome positivity. I love that. Being said, I think we can finally get started with tonight's video. So if you don't know the gist of how this, I guess, video goes, basically I go through a couple of different sort of social media outlets, or even I come up with some on my own on some different basketball scenarios. A majority of the time it is just a start bench cut, where you have to pick between 3 players to start one, bench one, or cut one from your team. But also, like I said, there's different scenarios, different sort of themings, questions that we also go through throughout this video. It's a lot of fun. You'll see what I mean. But the first one we are going to take a look at tonight is actually, yes, a start bench cut, and it is between Golden State, Kevin Durant, Oklahoma City, Kevin Durant, or Brooklyn Nets, Kevin Durant. Start one, bench one, cut one. Wow, that's pretty intense. Obviously they're the same player, obviously, so it's not like you're really missing out on a lot. If you do start or bench any one of these guys, it's probably the best answer for you. I think for me personally, it would just pretty much have to go down to what type of Kevin Durant do you want? Do you want just the ruthless, I guess, scorer Kevin Durant in Oklahoma City? Do you want the more mature Kevin Durant in the Brooklyn Nets? Or do you want maybe a mixture of both in the Golden State Warrior Kevin Durant? That's very interesting. But I think this one might be also kind of easy. I'm definitely starting Golden State KD, even though didn't win an MVP in Golden State. Definitely really had a humongous impact on the NBA during this time period. Easily starting Golden State Warrior Kevin Durant, not only because he also won a couple titles, Finals MVPs as well. Now, between Oklahoma City KD and Brooklyn Nets Kevin Durant, definitely 2 different KDs. You have one that's definitely more of like a 30 point per game, 35, 40 point per game scorer in OKC, and then you have more of a well-rounded, defensive-minded, can facilitate the ball a little bit as well in Brooklyn Nets KD. Man, you know what? I think I just have to go with OKC Kevin Durant. Brooklyn Nets KD is a great player, great IQ. Like I said, he's more of in today's NBA, a do-it-all NBA player. But Oklahoma City Kevin Durant would drop, 60 points in any given night. That man was an absolute killer, just as good as a jump shooter. Maybe even a little bit more athletic, could dunk over a lot of people in the NBA during that time period. Brooklyn Nets KD is really good, but OKC Kevin Durant, MVP KD, just an absolute different demon, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna start OKC Kevin Durant, bench. No, sorry, I'm gonna start Golden State Warrior Kevin Durant, could say so. But if it does say on the thing, it does say prime, in their primes, the best version of themselves. And if that's the case, I think it's pretty obviously me and you have to take prime Tracy McGrady. This dude was an insane athlete. This dude he did average 35 plus points per game. This dude on the defensive end as well, super athletically gifted, could guard 1 through 4s basically in today's NBA if he was playing still. Could jump with the best of them, could dunk, could shoot. His days in the Magic jersey was just absolutely insane when he wasn't hurt, by the way. But a great player, so I think it really comes down to Carmelo and Paul Pierce. And I mean, I guess if you're going off of, longevity, of course, Carmelo Anthony had a better, long-term career. But if we're just talking about peak for peak, I mean, Paul Pierce, again, it wasn't no scrub. He was a good, solid player. Was it only for like a year or two? I mean, yeah, and Carmelo Anthony went on to be, again, known as one of the greatest scorers of all time. So that's when it gets kind of hard. And then defensively, that's also kind of tough to pick between that because they're both not known as being great defenders. But who would be the better defender? I have no idea. It's actually kind of tough, actually. But you know what? I love one player a lot, and I think I'm gonna have to go benching with Carmelo Anthony. I'm gonna start Tracy McGrady, bench Carmelo, cut Paul Pierce. I love Paul Pierce. Like, again, I said before, great scorer. Definitely maybe the more of the clutch player if you're picking between these guys. But scoring wise, yeah, I mean, it looks like that was the theming for this one. And Carmelo Anthony is a top 10 scorer in NBA history. Like, it even says it on the books, on the record books he is. So absolutely insane. Yeah, I'm gonna start Tracy McGrady, bench Carmelo, cut Paul Pierce. Very sad. Now we have one of the different scenario type of questions like I was talking about earlier. We have a only keep three. So you can only keep or pick 3 of the following players: Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, Dwayne Wade, and Steph Curry. You can only keep 3 of these players. Wow. Well, you could take this a couple different ways. If you were building a team, if you were trying to make, the best offensive team, the best defensive team, if you are just picking the 3 best players in your eyes, I guess. I think the way I'm going to do it, which is cool because you can do it a completely different way, it's still all good answers. All these players are greats in the NBA, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to pick this as if I'm building a team. So it looks like you have, centers or big men up top. In the middle you have forwards, and at the bottom, well, also cream. At the bottom you have guards. If that is the case, I'm going to go, I think my first pick, I think I'm going to pick Kevin Durant, especially if it's in his prime. I know right now it has Nets KD on the picture, but if it's prime, I'm taking Kevin Durant. That dude, 7-footer, can score from anywhere. One of the best, greatest scorers of all time, at least top 3. Also defensively gifted when he wants to be a super smart player. Kevin Durant, definitely taking him on my team. So I have 2 more spots. And then with that, I think I'm going to go with Shaq. I think I'm going to go Shaq, Kevin Durant. I like Hakeem Olajuwon, but if I do have a player already like Kevin Durant who can put the ball in the bucket whenever he wants to, I just really want a guy under the rim who can clean up boards, put back dunks in. We can give it to him in the post every once in a while, but I think Hakeem Olajuwon is going to demand the ball a little bit too much on the offensive end to take it away from Kevin Durant. So I'm going to go with Shaq. So I have KD, Shaq, and one more, and I think it's going to come down to prime D-Wade and prime Steph Curry. And obviously Steph Curry's prime would probably be 2016, and then you have D-Wade's prime, who was, you could argue it being the 2006 NBA Finals. You could argue it being, that 08-09 season he had, where he definitely got robbed of an MVP during that time period. So, man, I think we've already seen what happens when you compare, Kevin Durant and Steph and Shaq never splitting up. We have a LeBron, Kobe Bryant NBA Finals, and Derrick Rose never getting injured. Wow, that's pretty interesting. I think for me personally, the first one, Michael Jordan never retiring the first time, is a good idea. Definitely, obviously, definitely should have happened. I don't know why he did. I guess he got bored of just dominating the NBA in the 90s, but I think that one is just the more selfish one. And plus, we already know the outcome of what would have happened if that would have happened. He just would have won an extra title or two during that era, which would have been cool. Seeing Michael Jordan win, 8 NBA titles, that would be absolutely insane to see that happen. But I think that one is going to be the one I'm going to cut first out of that situation. So interesting. I also think, man, I guess just for me personally, I would have to say maybe that's also kind of bad. I kind of want to say Derrick Rose never getting hurt. Because obviously during that time period, sure, I guess they could have won a title in Chicago, but, we had LeBron's big three during that time, so unless they got some help, I don't think seeing Derrick Rose never get hurt would have really accomplished anything, title reigning. Sure, he probably could have won another MVP here and there, but, oh man, I really want to see a Kobe Bryant LeBron final really bad. I mean, we were all hoping for that in the final, Eastern Conference Finals with LeBron and, Dwight Howard in the 2009, I think, NBA Conference Finals. And Dwight Howard was the one who came out of the finals for that one, but kind of sucked. I really wanted to see LeBron and Kobe final for sure. Two of my favorite players of all time. And then if Kobe and Shaq never split up their entire career, they would have each of their own 6, 7 titles. Maybe that duo was absolutely insane, especially for, the time period being no other really great duos in the NBA to really stop them. So, oh man, I guess just for me personally, I'm gonna say if Kobe and Shaq never split up, because that's really the biggest what if. I mean, sure, if LeBron and Kobe went to a final, that's a cool what if. But if Kobe and Shaq never split up, that's changing the whole dynamic of the NBA during that time period. We're looking at Kobe and Shaq as being, top 5, top 3 players of all time, the best duo of all time. We're looking at them at a different standard to a lot of other different players because of their great duo run. We already saw what happened at the beginning of it. If that could have continued on for a longer period of time, dude, they could have won, 3 more titles together. That would have been absolutely insane. And then very closely, I would say 1A is that one. 1B would be never seeing D Rose get hurt. I mean, Derrick Rose again could have gone down as one of the best point guards of all time. We were all talking about how great prime D Rose is, but man, if we could even see him be even more into his prime because he was just so young when he got hurt, that could have been also really cool to see. Let's do a couple of quick ones now. Which player are you starting your franchise with? Giannis or Luka Doncic? That's a good one. I think just for the way the NBA is going and definitely looking towards the future, I'm going to say Luka Doncic. I love Giannis. He's definitely starting to develop more of a jump shot, being more of an offensive player, which is really cool to see. But I think we can all agree that the future is Luka Doncic. The future of the NBA play is how Luka Doncic plays. Giannis is really good, but I think the winningest way would be with Luka Doncic. I'm going to pick Luka Doncic. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Which trio wins a 3 versus 3? We have Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Hakeem Olajuwon going up against Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, and Shaquille O'Neal. Oh my God, that's tough. Definitely more with the LeBron, Kobe, Hakeem team. You're definitely looking more of a well-rounded team, obviously with great passing between LeBron and even Hakeem Olajuwon. Very underrated IQ of a passer for sure. And then Kobe Bryant locking it down on the perimeter. Great perimeter defender, obviously a great scorer. We all know that. And then the other hand, we have Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant. could see in a scenario, Shaquille O'Neal, dominating Hakeem Olajuwon because he's just so much bigger down in the post, just bullying him, elbowing him, basically beating him up down there, which could very much happen. But man, prime LeBron James was huge. He was a big, big dude. Kobe Bryant, absolutely insane. I mean, we already seen them, Kobe and Michael Jordan, go toe-to-toe with each other somewhat throughout their careers, very late in Michael Jordan's career, though. But man, Kobe could really hold his own. Yeah, I'm gonna say Kobe, LeBron, and Hakeem Olajuwon. I don't know why. I feel like just the ball movement would be better. Team chemistry would be better, especially between Kobe and LeBron, basically being best buds back in the NBA. I think that chemistry would also really help out with the team. Also with the do-it-all player, all-around guy, LeBron James. That's a good team. I know. I have no idea how well the two very hard-headed KD and Michael Jordan duo would work out. They'd probably start arguing with each other before the game was done and over with. So I'm gonna go with Kobe, LeBron, Hakeem Olajuwon, team chemistry-wise, I guess. Probably the last one we're gonna do here tonight, guys. We have a big one. Which lineup is better? We have lineup number 1, containing Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, Kawhi Leonard, Larry Bird, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as a starting 5. Going up against the team of Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Dirk Nowitzki, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Oh man, that's really tough. Okay, so lineup 1, as you can see, is really good. All-around team. Not really the size of team number 2. That's the first thing I notice when I'm looking at these. Obviously with Magic, LeBron, even Dirk, Hakeem Olajuwon, those are 4 very big guys, and even Kobe Bryant being a 6'6" guard, definitely pretty big for his size and his position as well. So team 2 definitely has the size. Team 1, on the other hand, definitely has the 3-point shooting with Steph, Bird, and even Kawhi Leonard being a very efficient shooter, definitely in this day and age of his career. Oh man, this is almost like 2 different styles of teams that you can definitely see. One that's definitely more of an interior slashing team, and team 2, team 1, definitely more of a shooting, scoring phenomenon team. That's just gonna be, even if this team was in real life, would average out 300 points in a game. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's really tough. But they both are very evenly gifted on defense. Besides, I think the only thing that really hurts team 1 is just Steph Curry. You can't hide Steph Curry in this one. We all know in the Golden State Warrior franchise, you hide Steph Curry on defense, you expose him on offense when you are sort of being that gifted scoring crazy machine. On defense, you try to hide that. So you can't hide that here. And in this lineup, you don't know where you would put Steph on. You put Steph on Kobe Bryant. Like that's barbecue chicken for Kobe. So that's something that really hurts for that. But you also have Kawhi Leonard and Michael Jordan as your perimeter defenders. Absolutely insane. But then you kind of also have that defensive liability with Dirk Nowitzki. Is Dirk gonna guard Larry Bird? I don't know about that. That's not the greatest matchup, I think. So, which lineup is better? What's interesting about this question, it's not like they're saying which one would win in a 5v5. That's not the question. The question here, I know this is getting very stupid, but this is the question. Which lineup is better? I think, me personally, again, which lineup do I think is the most well-built lineup? I think I kind of have to go with lineup number 1. I think in today's NBA, this team is 82-0. This team has strengths, weaknesses. This team is built for today's NBA with scoring and defense. You have Larry Bird at the 4, which is basically the perfect size, position, and play style fours play in today's NBA. And you have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar down in the paint who could even stretch the floor a little bit with his mid-range sky-hooking ability. I think team number 1 is the better built lineup. So that's the question. So that's right. But I guess if you're saying who would win in a 5v5, how about this? I'll let you answer it down in the comments down below. I know it's kind of like scapegoating, getting out of it, but I think it's a little cool little question to leave off. Which team do you think guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this video. Make sure to